Hey, good morning guys. Touch coming at you Sunday, June 18th, just coming up to 10:30 in the morning. Finally stopped raining. We are at T-minus 91, Father's Day today, so happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Anyway, back on the bump stop where we left off, and I've found out that this bottom cap piece is about 13 gauge, so another gauge of metal that I don't have. So what I'm doing, I'm in the process of grafting two pieces together to get approximately 13 gauge thickness. So I'm going to weld them. I'm just going to tack weld them or plug weld them together, and I'm going to grind down the edges and then probably edge weld them a little bit, and then we're going to have to bend these. I'm not sure how we're going to do that, but we've got to obviously make the bends like this. So anyway, we got started without you, but we'll bring you along the way for the rest of the way. Alright guys, that bottom cap piece is complete. It's amazing the amount of work that went into just creating that little piece. By the time you sandwich the metal, do all the plug welds, then the welds along the edges, and then the bending and measuring and cutting and blah blah blah. Anyway, so it seems to fit pretty good. Let me see if I can get it off of here. So there it is in all its glory. So we will finish welding this piece, and we'll attach the bottom piece and attach it to this piece, and then get it ready to go back on the car. Alright guys, that bump stop piece is now back together in one piece. I solid welded it all across the bottom to prevent water from getting in that seam. I'm going to seam seal it again anyway, but anyway, all back in one piece. We're going to coat the back of it with zinc primer, and be done with that. We'll put it back on the car as soon as we get the welds ground down on the patch piece. Alright guys, 6:30 Sunday night, and we did make progress today, but not a whole heck of a lot. I ran out of gas on the MIG welder again, which is typical of a weekend. So we had to stop what we were doing, and there's where we got to. So we've just got that piece clamped in there, and it looks good. So that's going to work out once we get some gas to weld that in there. Do have a big hole here to repair. This is where the brace was against the inner wheel well. So we'll repair that before we replace the brace. I see I've got a few pinholes here and there that we have to go back and fix up, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. It's looking a lot better than it was, so I'm happy with that. Anyway, I think what we're going to do for the rest of this evening is we are going to give this garage a top to bottom cleaning. Oh, I can't work like this, and I've been putting it off for a few days. But we're going to break down now and spend a few hours cleaning this place up. I'm actually on my way to Washington tomorrow, so we're going to be away from the garage for a few days again. We're back, I think, Wednesday afternoon, so at least when we come back, the garage will be in good shape and we'll be able to start work right after I get some MIG gas. So that's what the plan is. The rest of the evening we'll be cleaning the garage and getting it back into a condition that I can be comfortable working in. Alright guys, that's it for tonight. Midnight. I'm in Washington. Fire alarm in the hotel. At least it's not raining out. I needed to get up in 5 hours anyway, so it's an early wake-up call. Alright guys, Tush coming at you Wednesday, June 21st, just coming up to 7:45. Happy to be back from my trip to Washington, D.C. It is Wednesday, the 21st of June, so first day of summer solstice, T-minus 88. Anyway, I managed to get the bottle filled with gas today, and so we're all set to go back on the welding. I did get the garage cleaned up, so it's much easier to move around in. We've got all the tools picked up and put away, which is good. So I think what we'll do today is or tonight, we'll go back and we'll finish up our welding. So we'll do all the plug welds down the bottom of this panel, and we will put the bump stop back in properly. Just got it clamped there temporarily. We'll repair this big hole here while we're at it, and then we'll probably hold off fixing that bottom of that side. We may move to the other side and work on getting that box out of there, the air shock box out of there, like we did on this side, and we'll come back and we'll finish the bottom of this panel at a later date. That's the plan for tonight anyway. Alright guys, we've got a pretty good start of getting that side fastened in there. So we're going to come back to that tomorrow. It's getting a little dark on this side of the car, so we'll finish that up tomorrow, but it's in there. We'll just do a few more welds, obviously, around the top, and there's a few plug welds I need to do, and there's some more welding I need to do along the bottom, but thought I'd give you a quick shot of that just to say that it's in. Obviously, all the plugs have been done along the bottom and ground down as well. So I'll give you a quick shot of the inside if you're interested. You can sort of see where all the welding is happening here. So there's the plugs across the top and down the sides. And then we've got a few more to do on the left-hand side, as you can see. But it looks like we're getting some good penetration through there, so that's a good thing. Anyway, I think we're going to start on the driver's side. Alright guys, so here's a quick look of the driver's side. And a lot more brazing in this side. So I'm going to have to grind all of that down. Obviously, I probably will have to fix the flange on this bump stop section, at least on this side. This side, it doesn't look to be attached by too much, so that's a good thing at this particular point in time. And of course the air shock box has got to come out, and again all brazing around that as well. So just thought I'd give you a quick look at that before we start getting into it. You can actually see a hole up here, and I guarantee you there's holes down the bottom and on the sides of this as well, and a huge gaping hole in behind this. Much worse on this side than the other side as far as the rust and holiness is concerned, but we'll see more of that once I get that box section off. Looks like it's even had a repair done to this box already. Looks like I can see some welding and then across here. So anyway, we'll see what we've got once we get it off there. Alright guys, here's the update on the progress on the driver's side wheel well repair, and we've got that piece out. We just actually cut it out. It was going to be less damage, I think, cutting it out than it was going to be to grind it out. So we've got the box off. And we've sort of cleaned up it a little bit. We still have some more grinding to get that flange off, but there's what it looks like. Pretty rusty on the inside. Lots of holes on the bottom that need repairs. So we're going to do the same thing and create a cap for the bottom like we did for the last piece. Here is the interior piece of this that I'd already peeled off. So you can see it's pretty rusty on the inside. So that's what I expected. Obviously it's had some work done here before. It's got a big weld across the middle, so the only thing I've got to be considerate is where I relocate that bump stop, since I don't have the ability to sort of place it like I did on the other side. I could sort of line it up using the drill holes where I drilled out the spot welds. But on this side, obviously I don't have that because I basically cut around and I don't have any reference holes to reference to be able to get the angle right and the height right of this bump stop. So at least we've got the other side in the right location, and we've got sort of this edge we're going to sort of keep for reference temporarily, but that's about it. So we got to be careful that we keep a good reference point to get that bump stop back on there. We don't want it at the wrong angle or the wrong height, so we'll be considerate of that when we go and make the repair to put it back in there. Anyway, that's it for tonight guys. It's just after 9:30, and even though it's still light outside, can't be making too much more noise for this evening. So anyway, we'll get out here tomorrow and we'll bring you along. Have a good night.